Welcome to the Friday Fenix, the only news show in the world, except for all the other ones. In our top story tonight, Russia may be getting ready to invade Ukraine and deploy mid-range nuclear missiles in Europe. Really, Russia? You want to start World War III now? Listen, I love a good world war as much as the next retiree watching Hitler documentaries on the History Channel, but could we push it back just a scooch until some other things die down so we can give it our full attention? I mean, if it happens right now, I feel like we're just going to totally half-ass it, and a good world war deserves better. Let's check back in when the oceans aren't on fire anymore, okay? Thanks, guys. Bob Duggar is running for state senate in Arkansas. But will Republicans in the rural South vote for a rich white reality TV star with felons for children and a famously off-putting sex life? As it turns out, no! Duggar only got 456 votes, 87% of which were from his own children. Faith in humanity? Partially restored. California Governor Gavin Newsom is proposing a state bill that would allow private citizens to sue those illegally distributing and manufacturing assault-style weapons, similar to Texas's strategy for banning abortions. This is sure to cause a never-ending back and forth, or rather a tit-for-rat-a-tat-tat. Critics have pointed out that while there is a constitutional amendment for the right to bear arms, there is no such amendment for women to have bodily autonomy. I guess we need to spell everything out, so look forward to upcoming constitutional amendments on the right to breathe air, the right to drink water, and the right to be a dirty hussy who let all her God-given eggs go to waste. Last week, a jury convicted former Empire star Jussie Smollett on 5 of 6 charges relating to an attack he had staged. Man, I hope he doesn't beat himself up over this. Nike has purchased a company that makes sneakers for the metaverse. In response to this, Adidas has purchased a company that makes shoes for your dreams. Yes, they're covered in fire ants, and yes, you have some shit to work out from your childhood. Workers at a Kentucky candle factory said that they were threatened with firing if they left to take shelter from incoming tornadoes. Turns out the factory is a subsidiary of Triangle Shirtwaist Incorporated. That one goes out to all my historians. Folks, there are still a lot of people out there that are hesitant to get the vaccine. So if you're scared of taking the shot, we have another shot that may help. Our mixologist, Austin Dotson, is here with more. Austin?
Thanks, Andrea. I've got something special for our guest today. How many times have you been down at your local pharmacy, about to go get your jab, and you just can't because, hey, you don't know what's in that? Well, I've come up with a solution. I think you're going to love it. Now, I couldn't get everything I wanted. They didn't have the pineal gland of a wild ivermectin. They were all out of bleach, which was pretty surprising to me. And all their black lights were turned on, so I couldn't go anywhere near them. But what I did find, and here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need some stomach settlers. We're not using brand names. You're gonna need some immune booster. You're gonna take each of those tablets and just powder them up real good. And then you're gonna want something to line your intestines and stomach. Now, the pink stuff makes it so that the virus, it can't get through. It can't get through, it forms a barrier. And most importantly, what you really need is a good pharmacy wine. Now, like any wine, you want something that's got some age to it. So look for something with a solid patina of dust that's just a little bit sticky. That's the one for you. So what we're gonna do here is take our little bit of good powder from these guys. That's gonna help keep your stomach good. And this one, well, I mean, it's an immune booster, so nothing's gonna get through that. Some good old-fashioned pink stuff. Doesn't that look delicious, folks? And the good old-fashioned, yeah, that's gonna have some good flavor to it. There we go. Boy, howdy. Now, this is a bit of flourish. You don't have to do it, but I like just a little bit of a cough drop to just rub around the rim. That's really going to make it for you. And that's it. It's as simple as that. Now, this may not be the big 3 pharmacies, what they want you to have to prevent COVID, but I guarantee you, you take enough of these, you won't have to worry about COVID anymore. Chin chin. Hope to see you guys out on the streets, but not the faces. Thanks, Andrea. Back to you.
Thanks, Austin. I feel less anxious and way more drunk already. This week, conspiracy theorist and advocate for gay frog rights Alex Jones said that Joe Biden used weather weapons to generate the devastating tornadoes that hit Kentucky last week. If you're asking yourself why on earth Biden would do such a thing, well, the answer is simple, really. Joe Biden has been in the pocket of big tornado for years. If only we could get that swamp drained. Oh. It's actually really good news that Alex Jones is saying this. We've got the nut jobs to agree that climate change exists and is caused by human activity, at least. Now, if we can get them to understand that there's no Jewish space lasers on the moon, we'll be almost there. Texas auto dealer Eric Charles Mond hired assassins to kill Mond's former mistress and her boyfriend. Presumably, the assassins were paid in monthly installments with 0% financing. Had to talk to his manager to get that rate. A New Zealand man was vaccinated as many as 10 times per day while helping others avoid getting the jab. The plethora of doses will either give him a very serious immune disorder or actual superpowers. So if you had New Zealand breeds first actual X-Man on your bingo card, congratulations, you're this week's winner. A pair of new studies showed that the pandemic has led to higher blood pressure and more irregular periods for women. Everyone has rushed to try to fix the problem. Oh, no, I'm sorry, I'm being told that that's actually a wish I made upon a star and that nothing will be done about this whatsoever. Okay, great. And finally tonight, 10 teachers in South Dakota were made to scramble for dollar bills to buy school supplies. That's no weirder than most school board meetings these days.
Your children and your children's children will be subjugated!
This is an unlawful arrest. I have a First Amendment right.
This is a Hydra virus.
I just want my freedom now. The Constitution will show us how.
While teachers' unions were appalled, Republican governors were excited by the dollar scramble and are now looking into whether they can pay teachers in Kohl's cash. That wraps up this week's episode of the Friday Phoenix. We'll be taking a little holiday break over the next couple of weeks, but we'll be back in the new year. Until then, take good care of yourselves and each other. Good night.
Your efforts are valid, but